Hello, my most beautiful besties in the entire world. For today's video, I'm sure you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, we have 3 eyeshadow palettes to review for you guys today. So grab a snack, grab a drink. I'm gonna show you guys 3 different palettes, 3 different looks, and I'm gonna let you guys tell me which one you guys think is the best. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so we're kicking off the 3 looks, 3 palettes with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Ethereal Moonlight Eyeshadow Palette. I don't think I've ever done a 3 looks, 3 palettes with like a high-end brand. Normally it's all like indie brands, so I'm really excited. Now, I remember I told you guys about this long before it was even revealed. I told you guys about this palette long before it was revealed, and then you guys were like, bestie, don't get it. And I was like, you're right. I don't need it. But then the Sephora sale came by and I had gift cards, so I got it. So let me tell you guys about the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Moonlight Eyeshadow Palette. This palette is an iconic moonlight inspired palette with 12 universal neutral shades and 4 finishes to create your most versatile ethereal looks yet. Experience Mario's artistic vision come to life with this limited edition palette. Inside you'll find 12 buildable, blendable shades and 4 unique finishes to create versatile looks that last. Now this palette actually does retail for $68. Like I said, I did buy this during the Sephora sale, so I did save 20% off this palette. And I'm just really curious to see what my thoughts are going to be like on this. I've seen everybody rave about this. I've seen a lot of people say they don't like it. It's kind of like a hit and miss palette. I am just really curious to think what I think with myself. I want to create something that's just really easy to do, that you can kind of go out the door in 2 seconds without putting so much effort into it. Because I'm sorry, but like when I'm getting ready for work in the morning, I do not have time for doing complex looks. I want something simplistic that I can wear that's absolutely beautiful. So that's what we're going to do today. That's what we are going to do today. Alrighty, guys. So if you guys did not know, I recently talked about my dog having a little procedure about his anal glands. You guys were so sweet and tell me some stories about your guys' dogs that are having some similar issues. You guys also said that dogs with allergies is more prone to having anal gland issues. So I told you about how we did not have the best night after his surgery because he was like having massive diarrhea and stuff like that. It was a joyous time for all of us. Well, I thought we were going to have a good night's sleep last night, and lo and behold, at 4 a.m. he woke us up because he was throwing up. I'm going to go into this beautiful shade right here because I'm going to do something like kind of like a smoky gray tone. And the reason why he threw up, this one is actually more on me, is that he barely ate the day before because of the fact that he had diarrhea. I didn't want him to have too much in his system. So I gave him just a little bit of his bland wet food with a little bit of pure pumpkin puree in it. And he, by the end of the night, I could tell he was hungry because he was trying to eat his sister's food. And I should have realized it then, but I didn't because I was like, okay, maybe he just is getting his appetite back. No, he was hungry. And so he just kind of threw up bile because he was hungry. So that was my fault. And now he is laying down, falling asleep, and he has kept his food down. His poop is starting to return to normal. So he is definitely on the mend, and that makes me so happy to know that because I absolutely love my baby and I want nothing wrong with my baby. And I don't know why I'm doing it like this when I really wanted it to be all over the lid. What am I doing? Because I wanted to do something that's super easy to use and to create, and for some reason I was not thinking. I was so into my story I wasn't paying attention. You know, you could technically just kind of leave it like this if you wanted to. Beautiful shade right here to have to blend it out some more. Now I actually had the privilege of attending a Makeup by Mario. This shade doesn't have shimmer in it, does it? Oh my god, it does. Oh. Well, shit. I'm already going for, oh wow, okay, did not know that. Okay. Well, anyway, that's what I was saying. I had the privilege of attending a Makeup by Mario masterclass. Now it was me, Heather, and Leah. We went to his class during the Sephora event. It was really cool. Now his class was only supposed to be an hour long. So he says typically his makeup master classes are about 6 hours long. And I'm like, 6 hours long? Like, that is wild to me that is how long some of his master classes are. But it's because he goes into such detail about why he places the products the way he does, why he layers them the way he does, why he creates the products that he does. He explains everything so thoroughly, and he also answers a lot of questions from the audience. So I feel like that's what also takes it so long. But man, It would be such a dream of mine to have my makeup done by Mario, because I legit would probably feel the most beautiful I've ever had in my entire life the day that he does it. I feel like just because he knows what he's doing versus me, you know what I mean? And like he did that model. First off, that model was gorgeous. But secondly, it's just having him do it is just such a dream. Such a dream. He's so iconic. So iconic. And that actually blended out really nicely on that shade, like really nicely. So then I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this shade right here, there's no shade names, and I'm just gonna put this all over the lid. Now they said this is supposed to give you like a pearlized finish with a wet look, so I'm just curious to see if this really does make my eyes look kind of wet on camera. So we're just gonna kind of place this all over the lid. It's laying down nicely, like it is laying down really nicely. I wouldn't necessarily say my eyes look wet. I'm not getting that wet vibe, but let me see if I can take a little bit of this shade. Let's see if we can mix this shade right on top as well, because like, why not? Ooh, okay. Well, let's go for this shade. Let's add this shade on top too, because why not? Put that right in the center, actually. Ooh, that's really nice. I like how the light's like kind of reflecting off of it. That's really pretty. That is really pretty. Do you see like how easy that is? Like just to create something so soft, yet so stunning. And it took like 2 seconds. You just kind of pack that first shade all over the lid and just look at how pretty that is. Because this can give you a really nice like smoky little vibe. Ooh, I like that a lot. Then this black shade right here, just to kind of line my upper waterline with that. You guys actually told me in my comment section that you guys reached out to Bling Brushes, and apparently they still are in business, but they also said that they have no plans of restocking my brushes at all. So my brushes are not going to ever be restocked. I did not know that. I have not heard anything from them. So unfortunately, I guess that means that we will never see a red brush set again, and that's really sad, but I guess it's what's best for them. But it's sad that that's the way that I found out, was through you guys instead of the brand telling me themselves. It's sad, but you know what? I still have a lot of love for them. I wish them all the best, and I hope they have a lot of success whenever they do make a comeback. I really do, because they have some phenomenal brushes. Pretty much the eye look, I wanted to be nice and simple. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other off camera. We're going to come back because I want to do the blue underneath. I feel like blue is really going to help to accentuate this look a lot. But this is really pretty, like super pretty. It's so effortless, which I really like. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the makeup is pretty much on. I will say the eyes are so pretty and they're so easy to do, like so easy to do. So I did actually use the ABH Magic Concealer. I bought this in my Sephora haul. I don't know if I'm gonna do a Sephora haul video because I'm dying to start my declutter series, because I literally have no space in my collection anymore. And I've already been wearing this since I got it. I really do enjoy this. I am trying the YSL powder for the first time today, so I'm gonna keep testing this out and I'll let you guys know my thoughts. But I just feel like I don't really have time to do a Sephora haul the way that I wanted to, like a testing new makeup, at least not this week or next. So I really want to start getting my declutters out, because my collection is so full and I want to get everything done so I can put that up for you guys, because I want to start doing hopefully some giveaways coming up, because I have a lot of like unused makeup that are still in their boxes that I got from brands I just don't have time to play with, and I would rather give it to you guys. So yeah, I really want to start my declutter series. So I don't think I'm gonna do a full face of testing new makeup, unfortunately, and this will allow me to hopefully do testing new makeup coming up once I can clear out all the old, put all the new in, and then I can see what I want to do a full face with. So yeah, but I will do like a roundup review of these products at the end of the month. I know I didn't do one for, I think, September or October. I'm feeling hardcore. I'm so sorry. Have some things going on with like friends and family right now that just has us worried about them, and we just hope that like everything will be okay. It's just we just been having a hard time. So anywho, we're gonna go finish off the eyes. So I think for underneath, I really want to go into like this beautiful blue shade right here, and I'm gonna start to put this right underneath my waterline. We're gonna place this right here, and then we're gonna buff it out. That's pretty. It almost looks like black, but it's not. We're just gonna leave this right here. I'm gonna go into this shade right here to help to blend that out. I will say the mattes are laying down really nicely. They're really easy to work with and blend. And the shimmers, they're pretty. They're not like the most wowing shimmers in the world. I don't see how it looks wet on the lid. I'm not seeing that, but they are really pretty. I can see how this is like a really pretty eyeshadow topper. Like I feel like if you just lay down a little bit of like bronzer on the lid and then go in with one of the shimmer shades with glitter glue on top, you can make like a really pretty, like just a sparkly lid. Oh, that'd be so pretty. It's kind of like what I do with like the Too Faced Disco Crush. It'd be just like that, but with these shimmers in here. For eyeliner, I just want to try it, the Makeup Forever one, like this black one. I hear great things about this brand and their eyeliners and lip liners, so we're going to try this out. These are universal, so you not only can use it for your eyes, but you could also use it for your lips, which is really nice, because then if I want to have like a nice matte black lip liner, I could. No, I am not a fan. It actually is like going on like a little wet on my lid. I'm so used to using my Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. That's fine. Well, let's... Okay, well, there's that. I'm going to take this shade right here very lightly just to go in the inner corner and brow bone. It kind of sucks with that eyeliner. It doesn't really feel the best in my eye. Not gonna lie, I can kind of just like feel it being on there. It kind of hurts. It kind of like hurt my eye. Hey guys, so this is the look using the Makeup by Mario Moonlight Ethereal palette. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and give you guys my thoughts on this. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look using the Makeup by Mario Moonlight Ethereal palette. This retails for $68. You're gonna get a matte mix of mattes in here and like pearl finished shimmer toppers in here. I have to say, I do think the palette's really pretty. Like it really is a really pretty neutral smoky tone. It's a really pretty neutral cool tone smoky palette. I can definitely see why people are in love with this because I love the look that I created. It is something that you can wear every single day. You can wear this to work. You could also wear this on a date night. You can go the more neutral route if you wish to. You can go the more cool tone smoky route if you wish to. It definitely offers a variety in terms of that. I will say that the shimmers in here, they're definitely not my favorite shimmers in the world, but I know they're the more pearl-like toppers. So like I think the way that I did it, I think it's really pretty. It says it's supposed to look wet. I don't know if it looks wet necessarily. Like maybe it kind of does. Like it kind of looks a little wet, but I feel like adding a little bit more glitter glue might enhance it just a bit more. But either way, they're really easy to work with. I'm not seeing any fallout when applying the shimmer, but I definitely noticed some fallout with the mattes. But overall, it's a really pretty palette. Do you need this? No, you don't need this. The reason why I got it is because I got it during the sale, so I saved 20% off of it and I had a gift card. Other than that, I don't know if I necessarily would have gone out and bought it just because it is such a cool tone neutral palette, and I feel like so many other palettes out there look very similar to this, so don't feel like you have to go get it because you really don't. I'm happy to have it because I love Makeup by Mario, and I can definitely see myself using this a lot to recreate something like this, or using these shimmers in here to have like a pearl-like finish on the lid because they're so easy to work with when going into one of these mattes, topping it on and just being on the go. So overall, it is a really, really cute palette. I think it's not worth the $60 price point in my opinion, but I am happy that I have it. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. Okay, I'm trying to make sure my microphone is on. Okay, so on to look number 2. We're playing with the brand new Lawless. This is the Dreamy Dozen Volume 2 palette. What's Volume 1? I didn't even know they had a Volume 1. Honestly, I have never played with any of Lawless's like eyeshadow palettes before. I didn't even know they made eyeshadow palettes, so I'm really curious to see what my thoughts are on this palette. So according to Sephora, it says, this is a luxe, creamy, and oh so dreamy ultra wearable palette with neutral buttery mattes and sparkling foils for endless looks from basic to bombshell. There's nothing more luxe and creamy and oh so dreamy than a gorgeous neutral color palette. From ultimate everyday looks to dramatic glam, this palette can do it all. Featuring buttery mattes and sparkling foils in a range of milky to dark chocolates, lavish champagnes to copper metals, and of course a rich darkest black. Now this palette actually does retail for $43 and it's going to have 12 shades in here. Now this is definitely a neutral palette. Now typically you guys know that I love a good color story, but sometimes it's nice to have neutrals in my collection, and I just really saw this and I was like, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. I've never played the formula before, so I'm really curious to see like what I'm going to think of like this palette. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right on in. I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade. No, this shade. We're gonna go in with this shade to go into our crease area. Go ahead and just put my eye base on. This is the Sigma eye base in the shade Ignite. We're gonna go ahead and apply this all over the lid, and then we're gonna go into that shade. Now, I told you guys in my Sephora haul that I really wanted to get like this Lawless like lip trio set. I ended up not getting it. And the reason being was that I was going to go to Sephora to return the Rare Beauty lipstick, but I did not end up going because I was only going to get back $16, and it just was like, is this going to be like worth the drive? And then I talked to my friend Betty Jean, and she was like, why don't you just try the Rare Beauty lipstick, but this time, instead of just using the Rare Beauty like lip liner to go with it, use like a deeper, darker red lip liner and kind of blend that all over your lip and then tap it in the center. You might end up liking it. So she told me to try a different way. So I'm going to try it a different way before I just immediately am like, skirt, don't want to use this anymore. You know what I mean? So let's just, we're going to try that to see if that is something that I find worth it. But I still really want to pick up that lipstick trio. And like tomorrow is the last day for the 20% off sale. So I'm like, do I get it? Do I not? I don't know what to do. And then I'm going to start to just buff this out just a little bit. I'm going to do a kind of, I want to say like an easy eye look, but do I ever make anything super easy? I don't know if I do or not. I can never tell myself. So we're just going to start to blend this out. And I am going to take this shade right here to really help to buff the edges out to make it look a bit more blended. Going back in that first shade just to kind of deepen this up one more time. I will say this is my first time ever playing with, I will say since this is my first time playing with their formula, there's definitely some kick up in the pan, not much fallout on the face, which is really nice. But I'm really curious to see how I'm going to like the foils to see if there's something that like I am into. I'm still going to use like probably some glitter glue because when I swatch them, they don't feel the entire best, but that's okay. So I kind of want to go into this black shade right here to stamp along the outer edge. I don't know why, I'm just kind of feeling like a smoky eye look today. I think because I did like a gray tone smoky eye look with the Makeup by Mario palette. I feel like I should do this with like a neutral-esque vibe to it. So we're just going to tap this in just right here. All right, so I'm going to take some glitter glue. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know. I kind of took away from the brown that it laid down, but we're going to put some glitter glue right here. We're not going to judge it by cover. We're going to try this out. I'm going to go into this really beautiful like bronze copper shade. I feel like that'd be so pretty. Yeah, we're going to lay this right here. Okay. Okay, that's laying down nicely. Somehow the black spread up here. I don't know how it did that. Somehow the black mood. I don't know how it did that. Oh no. No. Okay, so we'll try to go back on that brown, but I feel like it's not helping. Okay, we're gonna go into this shade right here to go right next to that. I don't know how I feel about this. Did you guys see that? If you did, I had to put in slow motion to see what just happened. Oh my god. Okay, so let's put this shade right here. Let me see if I can mix this shade on top. It's a little bit lighter shade. Let's add a little bit of dimension, add some lightness to it. Okay, so this is like kind of like not how I envisioned this was gonna go. It's not bad, like it's really not bad, but I don't know, it's just, it doesn't look the way that I intended it, I guess. The black is kind of throwing me out that it's like literally like migrating up here, even though I haven't put it up here, it's like migrating up there. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you going up? Like I wanted this just to be kind of brown, which is like a black edge, and it's just, I don't know how I feel about it. So what am I do? This is like such an easy eye look because like normally neutral eye looks can be really easy. I am going to line my upper waterline with that same black shade. Come back with the other line done. We're going to do the under eyes together. I wanted just this to be like a really pretty like neutral palette. And I don't know if it's turning out that way. I'm gonna have to see it with all the makeup complete, but so far I will say the mattes are blending really nicely. I'm not having any issues with that. And the shimmers are laying down really prettily. And the shimmers are laying down really nicely. They're not having any flakiness, they're not falling out. They're really smooth. They're not my favorite like formula in sense of like swiping it on, but it is laying down really nicely. So I can't knock it for that. Yeah, I can't knock it for that. So not what I expected, but we're gonna see if I can make this work. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now the eyes are on. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling it just yet. So I think for underneath the eye, we're gonna go with something very kind of like soft-ish. I think I'm gonna take these two shades right here, this brown shade and then this brown shade, to just lightly blend underneath. Nothing too harsh. Just lightly going right here. I will say this is definitely not a bad palette. Is it my favorite palette? No, definitely not my favorite palette. But if you love neutrals, I can definitely see you falling in love with this. I just wanted to try it because I always wanted to try Lawless's formula. And I didn't even know, like I said, they had a volume 1 palette. I had no idea. Trying out the Makeup Forever one again. Not gonna lie, this is definitely not my favorite black liner, but it comes off super easy when I wash my face, which is really nice. Doesn't stain and like leave that leftover black residue the way my Urban Decay does, but it's also like not my favorite because like look, my eyes get so watery automatically, and it's just I don't like it. I am not a fan, but I'm gonna keep trying it out. But obviously my eyes are indicating to me that they are not a fan of this either because like she's watery. She's watery. Okay, so to finish off this look, we are going to go in with a new lip product. So I'm going to go take a deep lip liner. I wonder if this will work. Okay, this is the Makeup Forever in the shade called Limitless Brown, because I want to use the Cool Tone Brown from ABH. So let's try this out. Fine, we're going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the lip Velvet in the shade called Cool Brown. I feel like this would be really nice with this look. So let's try this out. Oh yeah, that is such a pretty color. Like, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I feel like that is such a pretty color. And I feel like it matches this eye look really, really nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys out and I'll give you guys my thoughts on this palette. Okay guys, so here is the final look right here. I do think it's a really pretty eye look. Like ultimately, I feel like this is a great smoky tone palette, perfect for the fall season. I feel like I paired this lip really nicely with this. I feel like it really helps to enhance this look. I have to say this lip velvet is super, super comfortable. I really like that. And the combination between these two, like, y'all, say less. This is a perfect fall, like, combo right here. This palette retails for $43. You get 12 shades in here. And for me, I do think it's a pretty neutral palette. Is it the most wowing out there? No, it's not. Do I recommend you run and go get it? No, I don't, especially if you have other neutral palettes in your collection. But if you don't and you want to check this out, it is available for you guys to pick up. I will say the formula is really nice. I don't mind the formula at all. The mattes do blend out really, really nicely. There's not really any fallout on the face, and the shimmers are really pretty. I wouldn't say that they're like the most wowing shimmers in the world because they're really not. But for me, for what the palette is, I think it's a cute palette. Not worth it in my opinion, price point wise, because I'm pretty sure I could find these shades in like cheaper alternative options like ColourPop or something like that, but it's still fun to play with, and I still did enjoy playing with this palette. And it's kind of nice for me now because now I know what to expect when it comes to a Lawless palette, because like I said, I've never played Lawless before, so this is my first impression, and it's nice. It's nice. You know, it's not my favorite, but it is really nice. So I'll make sure I link the details about this down below, but I really do like how this kind of came out to be. It's perfect for like the fall season, like for real. This lip combo though, it is the Makeup Forever liner in the shade called Limitless Brown with the Cool Brown ABH. This is such a pretty fall lip. Like, yo, that is so pretty. So pretty. I'll have to make like a little reel about this. But with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the third and final look. Okay guys, so we're on to our last and final palette for our 3 looks, 3 palettes. And this time we are featuring the Nomad Cosmetics Polar Express palette. Y'all, the way that I've been dying to show this palette because it is freaking beautiful. So this palette says, all aboard Polar Express to the North Pole. Holiday color scheme of 15 shadows in wintry silvers and blues adorned with chocolate, crimson, and gold shades, all formulated with extra fine pigments for velvety rich color. 8 merry mattes, 6 glowing shimmers, and 1 festive multi-chrome inspired by the classic Polar Express. Infused with cocoa seed butter like hot cocoa served on board to help keep skin soft. The palette actually does retail for $44, and they're going to be proud to support the WWF Global Arctic Program, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You guys know how much I love the fact that Nomad Cosmetics gives back to causes every single time that they represent a palette or represent an area. I think it's absolutely incredible. So here is the Polar Express palette. Now, I personally have never seen the movie, so I'm not going to get any correlation with this whatsoever, but I do love like the cool tone winter snowy vibes of this palette. I think it's really, really pretty. I love whenever I see palettes that are geared towards like the snow and ski lodges and like just Christmas music. Like I love listening to a lot of ASMR content and like a lot of ambient background noises. So during like the fall, I listen to like autumn leaves and like crickets and like fire crackling. During the Halloween season, I listen to like cauldrons bubbling and stuff like that, and like just like ghost sounds and bats, and I don't know, I listen to like just different ambiance style. But for Christmas time, I always listen to like Autumn Cozy is a great channel where they always have like a Christmas tree with a fireplace crackling with like snow blizzard in the background. You can see snow falling and maybe some light Christmas jazz music. And that's the vibe I get from this. That is literally the vibe that I get from this palette. You can see like the multi-chrome or the duochrome right here. Super, super, super pretty. But I just super, super pretty. But yeah, that's the vibe I get from this palette. So we're going to do like an icy blue feel because I feel like that's what this palette is calling for. So we're going to go into this shade right here called Frozen Sea. Now, like I said, I have never watched Polar Express. I don't know why I never really came across it. I mean, I've always heard about it and stuff like that, but I've never actually like seen it. I know the soundtrack to the movie because I know soundtrack to the movie, but I've never actually seen the movie itself. That's like, I feel like the one Christmas movie that I've never actually seen. You know, I'm surprised that more brands don't cater to like Home Alone or Santa Claus or the Grinch. I know like Kylie Cosmetics did the Grinch a while ago, but like, let's just be realistic. It was Kylie Cosmetics. So I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see like a brand kind of cater towards Christmas more, like Christmas, classic Christmas movies, like The Christmas Story or something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just my wishful thinking, but we're going to go into that deep Frozen Sea. And I'm just going to lightly place it right here before we build up color right next to that. This is so pretty. Pretty deep blue. It has to do with everything with the Arctic. So talking about saving the whales, saving the Arctic community, Arctic youth, Arctic ocean, biodiversity in nature. It seems like they're really kind of catering towards saving it all, which I think is really, really, really fantastic. My favorite whales ever has always been the beluga whale. I've always been obsessed with like the beluga whale since I was a child. And I know that like SeaWorld does have beluga whales in their vicinity, and I have seen them in person. I just think they're really beautiful, majestic whales, and I think they're incredibly intelligent. I've seen videos on TikToks where I'm gonna go in the shade right here called Desert of Ice. Videos on TikToks where beluga whales have actually been showing to interact with humans. Like there's a human that dropped their phone next to a beluga whale on a boat, and beluga whale like actually went down and got it and brought it back up. Like, come on, that is so incredible. I feel like whales are definitely a really intelligent creature, and we don't give them enough credit. At least I don't see enough credit. But there's a show on the Disney Channel that's called like Ocean Explorer, something like that. I don't know. It's a James Cameron show where he helps to explore the ocean and understand like nature and wildlife and stuff like that. On top of that, I'm going to go into the shade right here called the North Pole. Anyway, so he, the first episode was trying to understand how humpback whales mate and how like what goes into their great migration, and how they just choose, how the female chooses how and when to mate and who she chooses to mate with, because they really don't know a lot about it. And let me tell you, I could not finish the episode because I really cannot stand animal violence in any way, shape, or form. And this wasn't even done by a human. This was done by another animal, but it shows a mother humpback whale traveling during the Great Migration with her young calf, and a pod of orca whales came upon them, and they were trying to push the baby humpback whale off. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Snowy Mountain to help blend on top of that. They were trying to push the baby calf like off the mother to essentially kill it so they could eat it for themselves. I was so devastated. I could not watch this attack happening, and the humans that were standing there were just like watching it as well. Like, I know they really can't intervene because it's Mother Nature, but I could not sit back and watch it happen. So I had to turn off the episode. So I have no idea how it ended, because I literally just started crying hard. Like, I am that type of person that I cannot watch like nature documentaries where lions take out poor innocent like gazelles and stuff like that. Like, I know it's Mother Nature, but I can't watch an animal suffer. Like, I just cannot watch an animal suffer. It absolutely devastates me. And I know that I'm not supposed to intervene, but man, it'd be so hard not to intervene as a human out there, being like, run, baby, like, run, gazelle, run. You know what I mean? I would struggle. Some glitter glue. You don't have to use glitter glue. I just prefer to use glitter glue now. Something about it just, I don't know. I really enjoy using it right now. So I'm just going to lay this all over the lid. Then we're going to go into the shade right here called Silver Bell. So pretty. Like, so pretty. We're gonna start to just lay this right here. Oh my god, that's so pretty. It's like so like icy. So gorgeous. And then I'm gonna take this beautiful shade right here called Mr. C from Mr. Claus. Love that. And very lightly, I'm gonna put this right here. Just right here, not all the way, but just right here. And then I'm gonna take this beautiful All Aboard to put right here. Just like right there. And I probably definitely will bring that in the inner corner as well. I think I might add just a little bit of Polar Express, just a tiny, 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 tiny bit, like very little, like right here. Like very, very little. This is what we're working with right here. I have to say this is so, so pretty. Like I feel like it doesn't ever come off on camera, but I can see how it's blended a hell of a lot more than what it used to be way back in the past. I could definitely see where it's blended, but y'all, this is absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. What is that? Okay, all right, so I'm just gonna put on a black liner and come back with lashes on to do the under. I think for under eye, we might mix a little bit of brown underneath, maybe with like gold, we'll see, but I think this is really, really pretty. I'm trying to get that nice like icy feel. So this is how the eye look is looking right now. I think it's really beautiful. I think it's really hitting the icy wintry mark. So now that the eyes are on, well, I was assuming they're on, but this is a really, really, really pretty eye look. So we're gonna go ahead and finish off the under eye. I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Dark Forest, and I'm gonna blend it out with Hot Cocoa, and I'm gonna blend it out with this shade right here. So we're just gonna kind of layer. I feel like brown will complement this look really nicely because like I feel like brown and blue always go really, really well together. I did actually just line my lid with the dark blue called Frozen Sea. I did just line my lid with that. So we're just gonna take this, we're gonna stamp this right here, and I think for eyeliner today, I think I'm gonna go in with white eyeliner because I feel like white would just look really, really, really pretty on with this look. All right, so I laid that down. I'm gonna lightly buff that. I'm gonna go in with that Hot Cocoa shade. Okay, so now that the liner is on, we're gonna go into this shade one more time called All Aboard. We're gonna put this above our brow bone. I thought about doing a white inner corner, but I think I'm gonna do a gold inner corner instead because I feel like that'd be really pretty. So I'm just gonna place this right here. So pretty. And then place this right here. And then I really want to go in with this gold shade. I feel like it'd just be like really pretty. So we're gonna go into the shade called Christmas Carol right here. And let's see how this looks. I hope this works out well. Very light and subtle. I'm not the biggest fan, so I'm gonna kind of go back with it, Mr. C. Not the biggest fan of it, but we'll just kind of tap. There we go. That kind of blends well together. I just quickly threw on my lips. I just threw on the Rare Beauty lip liner in the shade called Wise and the Lawless Cinnamon Sugar Lip Gloss to go right on top. This is the final look right here. I feel like this really does kind of fit the vibe of like the winter theme. I really love it. Alrighty guys, so here is the final look right here. I am not going to lie. I think it is absolutely so beautiful. It definitely does give me like that winter-esque vibe. I can see like the icy blue winter-esque looks. So this palette does retail for $44. It has a really beautiful cool tone blues in here, some warm browns. You get some beautiful like crimson colors, golds, and lots of silvers. I think this is a really stunning palette. I think this is like perfect for the winter season. Even though it's not really a Christmassy palette, because well, I guess it could be because like Polar Express. I picture like sitting inside a ski lodge with like a nice Christmas tree with a nice Christmas tree in the background, with a nice the Christmas tree in the background with Christmas decorations everywhere. You have a fireplace that's you know, making crackling noises with like a snowstorm in the background, and it just makes me want to have a nice hot cup of, you know, cocoa. Like, makes me want to go like out in the snow and do snow angels. It just really puts me into like the winter and Christmas spirit. I think this is like the best. I think it's such a beautiful palette. Probably their best Christmas palette they have rolled out with to date. This to me is absolutely perfect, and you guys can go get your hands on this right now. This palette is officially available as of right now, and as always, you guys can use my code to save 10% off this palette. So Nomad Cosmetics, thank you guys so much for sending this to me. I think out of the 3 palettes I played with, this by far is my absolute favorite. I'm obsessed with this look. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's 3 looks, 3 palettes. Let me know down below which one you guys like the most. I want to hear your guys' opinions. And I love that you guys love these videos because these videos are always so much fun for me to do. So anyways, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys like this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.